You're on a path.
Yeah, we already read through all this before. Yeah, I had a quick look at the achievement, and, there is, 96 achievements for this game. So, yeah, there's gonna be a lot to explore in this game, so I'm probably gonna be here for a while. So yeah, I've been just barely scratched the surface on this game, so yeah, I'm gonna be here for quite a while. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Right, let's just play
You
nice.
make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Yeah, we already read through all that. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
Okay, let's just take the blade again.
You take the blade.
And into the basement.
The door to the base...
Okay, Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
Yeah,
with the
right through all
princess.
this.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Nuh-uh. Yeah, I haven't quite decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Okay, I think I'll tighten my grip on it this time.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Right.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay. Yeah, what if she's bluffing?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Okay, I don't want to slay the princess yet, but, okay, let's drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay, so I had to look up, because it's been fucking bugging me, because I thought I recognized the narrator's voice. It's fucking Jonathan Timms from the Magnus Archives. I thought I recognized his voice from somewhere. Okay, now that that's out of the way. Okay, what can we talk to her about? Yeah, I think we've pretty much already talked about all this. Okay, so, yeah, okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Yeah, I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay, yeah, and if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? Yeah, let's do this one.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Ah, god damn it.
Is someone else here?
Yeah, let's try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Of course it
You're
is.
here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Wait, so did you lock me in here, narrator? Okay, anyway, gotta go back down the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I mean, not worse than anything we've already seen so far, right? Sure, let's save her. What could possibly go wrong?
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
I was going to try and lockpick the fucking thing, not cut off her arm. Jesus Christ, dude.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp.
I don't like that.
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
God, imagine that fucking hurts.
You didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, definitely not human. As we already figured
Free
out.
from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Also just noticed with our little cursor, it's now all bloodied. This is interesting.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay, there we go. Just realised that you guys couldn't see it the entire time. So yeah, this is our little cursor. Anyway, let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, I can warn her. Or do I get to slay her? Okay, well, let's warn her.
Stop that.
No.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Ow.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Oh, okay, I thought she was attacking me.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Hey, there we go. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No. Fuck you.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Wait, what?
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh, we're definitely going to be seeing much more of you.
And then she slits your throat with
Oh.
almost clinical ease.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Yep. Well, no coming back from that.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Well, we got to see that at least. And back to chapter 2 again. This time it's the prisoner.
You're on a path.
Well, we could go for all these options. I like this one. Oh, you're a bastard. You're in for it now. Mine's to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Oh, okay, we got the voice of the skeptic this time.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Yeah, we've already figured that out.
And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Right. Yeah. I think we already did that one, so let's proceed to the cabin. We already know what happens when we try to leave.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Yeah, we
Just
will.
don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink, wink.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink.
I like the skeptic guy.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Okay. Let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Yeah, this is different. But at least it's not all broken and whatnot like we did last time we came here.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
And there's also a mirror.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, do we try going for the mirror
Walk
this
up to the
time?
wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Okay, yeah, it does the same thing again. Okay, well, time to take the blade and enter.
Take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and... Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Okay, time to enter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I mean, this is kind of cool and very different from the staircase we've gone down before.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
She?
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Man, I definitely don't want it to escape this time. And good to know that she's got her arm back. At least for
Should
now.
we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah, that is a good point.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Alright. I can leave her in the basement again if I want to. Sure, let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay, sure.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Yeah, sit where we were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
God, there's a lot of here. Okay, still leave. What do you have me do? Yellow chain. Whoa, who is it for? What do you mean by that? What happened after I died last time? I'm the only one that remembers that without being here before?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Oh, you remember. Huh, interesting.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
How so?
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Okay, thanks. Don't know if that's good coming from you, but...
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Fair point, but... yeah... So... Makes me wonder how many times I've already gone through this before I started the game.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Depends on how we die. And how many times we die. Probably send any sane person insane at some point.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
I love how the princess is just kind of sitting there waiting for us to talk this out without inner thoughts.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Right. Yeah, what happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
Yeah, I doubt it.
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Yeah, the other chain on the wall.
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Yeah, nah, I'm good, thanks.
Maybe it'll fit.
God, I hope not.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Yeah. I can expect it. Yeah, you were asking about my intentions earlier. What do you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
I mean, you kind of already almost experienced it last time, so...
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
I mean, that chain there looks almost big enough to fit over her head.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Yeah, but it's also in my best interest to kill you as well, because you killed me a couple of times already. Yeah, how am I supposed to cut you out if you haven't noticed your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Huh? I can do that. But you'd have to cut off her head, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or she could just kill us.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
Of course there aren't. At least coming from you.
The pros are that we can't trust him. Possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Yeah, I'd believe that last one. Okay, I'm gonna expect a shackle
I
first.
wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not?
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Haha, maybe we
What
do.
if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Hey, let's inspect it.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Okay, what's gonna
Come
happen?
out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Ah, son of a bitch. Knew it was bad.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Ah, fuck. Well, that made it even worse.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Yeah, but sat next to her as well.
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Well, guess we gotta keep each other company now, unless you want to just kill me and end this route.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Unless we want to resort to cannibalism.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
Yeah.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yeah, well, I mean that too. Yeah, so we're both stuck here. This is awkward.
Yep.
What should we do now?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know this was gonna happen to me?
No.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
Nope.
That's rude.
Well, wait in silence, I guess.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger.
Oh yeah, and larger. Hey, have you noticed the basement is changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Okay, well, let's continue to wait in silence. Oh yeah, definitely
We continue
changing
to wait
now.
in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
Yeah, there's definitely something different about this place.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then...
Oh,
And-
by the way, narrator.
I think he's gone.
Hooray! Time to celebrate by continuing to wait here.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Hell yeah. But what
So
now?
this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh shit. Well, those hands are back. And it's taking the princess again. But you do not get the chance to respond. No way ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Hey, well, let's approach the mirror. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silent as you reach forward, they go on once again. Mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Yep, that would be me. You've grown. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
The thing you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
I mean, that is a fair
The
point.
vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Alright, what does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Alright. You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Yeah, just all depends on what ending I want to get. Yeah, when I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Ah, interesting. Huh. Well, I hadn't actually tried that before, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. To not go through all the same shit again if we've already seen it. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring to you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Right, you're ready to go back, I guess.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
And everything goes dark and I die again. And back to chapter 1. Okay, every time we go through
You're
one
on
of
the
these,
path.
we get...
You're here.
Yeah, whatever. We seem to get a lot more information about this world and what we're supposed to do. Yeah, sweet. I've always wanted to open mic. We will have a revolution.
Spirit.
Oh yeah.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Okay, yeah, go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is...
Yeah, whatever. Take the
You
blade.
take the blade.
Yeah, go into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Oh, okay, so that was slightly different because I decided to
You
go
walk
down.
downstairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
she
yeah,
really a
whatever.
threat to the world?
Yeah, I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare.
Okay, so I'm going back here, not choosing the cycle wood this time. And this time I'm going to give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, worry. Tried to take over her body.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing?
Probably slitting her own throat. I kind of heard that
Doesn't
off.
say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Let's watch, because why not? I mean, we've already
Her
seen
eyes
far
stare
worse.
forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Do you really need to explain how it sounds and... yeah.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Yeah.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches.
God, I hate that
There's
so much.
an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens.
Oh, God, that is so fucking gross. Ugh.
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Well, maybe it can happen.
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Yay?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Oh, I actually get a reward?
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I mean, we could take her head with us.
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
Yeah, neither am I, after dealing with her a couple of times already.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Yeah, we can do either of those. Okay, I say take the princess with us. Ugh.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
Yes, figured. Not entirely dead yet.
She didn't. She's dead.
Ugh. I don't like that I'm holding it out in front of me.
But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
And...
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Yep, as figured. It's always a but.
Well played.
Yeah, there we go.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. But it's already...
And bye-bye narrator again.
over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Ah. I wonder.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
And here comes the hands. Yep. And back to this place again. It's time to leave memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And
Yep.
there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah, we've already been here, done that. Interesting. So I become the narrator. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you always get
It
scared.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Yeah, I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Feels too good to be true.
And let's approach the mirror. There's also like little feathers and stuff on the right there. Just noticed. Approach the mirror. Gaze. And yeah, they go once again. But you need to see what's in it, which is me. You're growing. I have. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. See you two in the cabin. And approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
That's so gross. So yeah, every time we come here, we get the whatever princess whatever princess that was crowned. So like our first one was the amalgamation of multiple princesses. Then we had normal princess and now beheaded princess.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Okay, well, yeah, we've already asked all these. So yeah, yeah, let's go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Yeah, whatever.
Meet again.
Yeah, and a die. Okay, well, I want to see what happens if we don't take her head.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
I mean, that's fair enough.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty.
That's true. And also the table is missing.
The door. Check the door.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward?
Of course, the only thing you're worried about is the reward.
This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it.
Wait, really?
Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
If you say so.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
I can just slay myself if I wish. Okay, what do you suggest then?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
I mean, it's fucking boring if this is all we have left. Yeah, didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
But we're not happy. He's just telling us that we are. I can tell you for a fact that I'm extremely unhappy right now.
And so am I.
Yeah, what he said.
What he said. Yeah, sure, let's just end it right here.
Goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
I mean, what's the point of immortality if we're just stuck here for the rest of our lives?
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
Right.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Wait, chapter 3? Hold on a sec.
You're on a path in the woods. See, that wasn't so bad. And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things. Bit by bit, we're starting to unravel this place.
Yeah. Up until this point, we never reached to chapter 3. Interesting. Huh.
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling.
Huh. What's it called? Nice of you to join us.
That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay? I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just fine. He's not wrong. Sentimentality won't help us here. We need scientific rigor. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
I mean, no, this is the first time being in this specific chapter.
It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions. You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been pretending to forget every time? I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first. So you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage. That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed. You say that, but we didn't have to do anything last time. She slew herself. It was nauseating. Yes, she cut off her head, and now she's dead. And I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything from the grave. She cut off her head? Her head? Without you doing anything?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yes. Then why, pray tell, are you here? Oh, I know that one. We killed ourselves.
Yeah.
Why? Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward. Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been happy.
Yeah, no thanks.
We weren't. We were bored. You were bored. I was just unhappy. There were still answers that we needed to find. It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything. How does us dying ruin everything? What aren't you telling us? The world doesn't stay saved if you die.
Yeah, it's definitely knows a lot more than we needs letting on.
And if the world isn't saved, then that means she is dead. Oh, now isn't that interesting? I assumed she'd just be a pile of old bones. But perhaps she's not. There's only one way to find out. We should go see her.
Alright, yeah, it's raining. It wasn't raining last time, or the time before that. The whole path is different. Yeah, it is.
Yes, things are different, aren't they? If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Her influence? What's that supposed to mean? It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be. And what is that supposed to mean? Forget I said anything. I've probably already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse.
Well, you've been making things worse from the start, so...
Come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough? Don't we deserve to know? No.
Of course not.
Is there a reason it would be raining? If there is, it doesn't matter. If a bit of rain is the best her influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
Right. Hey, what happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens.
Well, she did already, but
We already
guess not
know
in this
he
chapter.
wants us to slay her. Anything he says is tainted by his motivations. Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
Let's try turning around and leave.
Sure. We've already seen what happens if we slay her. We might as well explore our surroundings, get a lay of the land.
Yeah, seeing as this land is different.
Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up at the cabin, but everything is getting fuzzy.
Oh, and there he goes. And that was quick. Yep,
What's going on? Where are we?
we're about to get grabbed by the hands again.
But it feels like home. Did we do this? Is this the end of the world? Was there ever even a world to end?
The world around you is unwound. Physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. Find yourself in a long quiet once again. Memory returns. It is a distant rumbling, sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. That which dwells in the empty spaces contracts across the edges of your mind again. She is furious. Betrayal. Every door you close on me is a door you close on yourself. Do what you want to linger here, entwined with a creature you taught to hate you forever. And eternity never ends. Cold spite. Our infinite shrink into something less. I hate you. Oh, and back to the beginning again. Well, guess we can't do that then.
You're
Okay, let's try this again and actually proceed to the cabin this time.
I'm
Thank
sure
you for
you've already
convincing me.
heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright? What we do is entirely up to us. And we have all those mysteries to unravel. Isn't that right? You aren't here to solve a mystery, you're here to save the world. That's what you say, but how can we be sure? We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front of us. Okay, but we should care about the fate of the world. Why? Because we should. I don't know. It's important. Is it? Yes. I think.
I mean, that's what the narrator's been telling us.
For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real. Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else?
I mean, technically, because, this is definitely not the forest we were in chapter 1, so...
Maybe we are. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Yeah, let's proceed to the cabin, I guess.
As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water. The once stately wooden building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must have been beautiful once, but in its ruin It is beyond repulsive.
Yeah. I see a ghost right here. And the mirror is back. Again.
But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall.
Yeah, I've already noticed her. Just gonna try and poke her.
Is that her? It's like she isn't even there. See? We killed her. You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time.
Well, I mean, she did technically kill herself, but...
Before you can make a move,
And there
the
she
figure
goes.
is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door, it's just that damn mirror again. Yes, the mirror that he can't see. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
because it's not there.
Maybe it's gone because she already killed herself with it. But we had it with us when we died. And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too? Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Yeah, but there is no door.
If this is anything like last time, the mirror will disappear as soon as we try and touch it. I'm sure the door is just behind it.
That is true.
You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
Okay, let's approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off. Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way. Maybe it won't disappear this time and we'll finally get a good look at ourselves. We should explore every option.
Yes. Okay, wipe the mirror clean, and there
Reach
it
forward
goes.
and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down.
Yeah, we see it now. We see it.
Yeah, we can see it now. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. No way left to go but down.
Yep. Into the basement.
The door to the basement groans open. The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation.
Yeah, and there's our ghostly friend there again.
A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters. There she is again. Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I'm sorry about last time. Are we good?
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed. She doesn't seem fully there. I'm not sure she's even capable of being upset. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
Okay, only one thing to do.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead.
Or is she?
She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games. If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this? Your thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
Of course you looked us back in here again.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
I mean, how can we kill a ghost, exactly?
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Okay, well that answers that then.
You were supposed to take me with you. Didn't I ask you for help? This isn't help.
Yeah, I didn't even kill you. You killed yourself.
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does is watch you in shadowed silence. Do you hear that trickling sound? The water's rising, isn't it?
Fuck.
It is, and it's rising fast. Oh, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel. Bad, I bet. I don't think dying ever feels good. Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
Okay, well, is this about last time? I'm sorry, no, can you let me out?
Pathetic.
The water is rising faster now. It's flowing in from some unseen place, and judging by the height of the algae on the stairs, it has no intention of stopping anytime soon. You feel it creeping up your back, so cold that it steals the very warmth from your flesh, leaving a smothering numbness in its place. Are you really just going to stand there and let yourself die?
Oh, well, I mean, if I want to get one of the endings.
Where is it coming from? It's coming from some unseen place. Does it really matter where it's coming from? Because I can feel it rising. I don't think we have much time to sleuth. Yes, it matters. Maybe we can find a way out. Maybe we can figure out a way to make this work. This is just a puzzle. We can solve it. Some things aren't puzzles to be solved. Sometimes you're doomed from the start. Most people are. Yes, most people are doomed. But in case you need reminding, everyone will be doomed forever unless you stop her.
Yeah. Let me out. Are you trying to kill me?
If this is how you're choosing to spend your last breaths, I won't stop you. But it won't make any difference.
The water is up to your chin. You lose your footing, bobbing helplessly in the putrid flood pool. Suddenly, the door to the basement is thrown from its hinges as one last massive wave of water comes crashing down, sweeping you up in a powerful current. You're bashed against the stone wall. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out. It's so dark and cold, I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this? Just keep breathing, we'll figure this out. Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness.
Yeah.
Just get it away from us, please.
Yeah, I do think that's happening.
The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix. And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think like we should have been doing all along. But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
Your lungs filled with water, the same way mine filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
And there she goes. My lungs don't fill, nor would they ever. It's time for you to leave. Memories return.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
Yeah. Yeah, of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you.
Yeah, true, but he's not going to remember any of this.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
You're welcome.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
Oh, there's definitely something more. Just need to approach the mirror. Approach the mirror. And gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. Always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You're growing. Find yourself in long light once again.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality. Whenever you are ready,
Okay, yeah, so she's got this one now, so... Okay, so yeah, again, it's all pretty much the same stuff. Yep, so, yeah, I'm ready to go back.
I await your return. We will meet again.
And a day. And all the way back to chapter 1.